Jai Shri Ram. Here is an interesting concept. Freytag's pyramid, 7 parts and their sum total. As listeners, when we are told a story, often we want it to have some chronological order and an unfolding of events that hint at an overarching meaning to the story. What is the overarching meaning of Bhagavad Gita or overarching meaning of the Mahabharata and Ramayana? So, the overarching meaning, we would like to get to that fast, isn't it? Freytag, I do not know who this person is, but he has this interesting concept we can learn. Gustav Freytag, 19th century German playwright and novelist, drew a simple triangle to represent dramatic structure and highlighted 7 parts he considered necessary to storytelling. Well, I fancy myself as a Katha Vachak, and all of us can be Katha Vachaks, raconteur, Raconteur. Raconteur means a storyteller. That's the pronunciation, raconteur. Exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, and denouement. So that's easy to remember. Exposition, just imagine you have been to an exhibition. Exposition also means an exhibition, or it also means a detailed explanation. You go to an exposition and you to go to an exhibition. There is an inciting incident, and then there is a rising action. It reaches a climax and falling action, after which resolution and denouement. Easy to remember. See the picture. Now, what are the 7 elements of dramatic structure in Freytag's pyramid? Exposition. The storyteller sets the scene and the character's background. That is Adi Parva in the Mahabharata. Inciting incident. The character reacts to something that has happened and it starts a chain reaction of events. So butterfly effects will start. In the Mahabharata also, Parashara Rishi encounters Satyavati and he is seized by lust. He uses his siddhi to confer boons on her, and he tells her that she wants a son who will rule, and she will also should retain her virginity. So here is an incident of a great rishi succumbing to lust because she was Matsya Gandhi. She was smelling of fish. She belonged to the fisherman kulam. But she was very seductive, very voluptuous. So Parashara Rishi was lusting after her, and interestingly, she was pretty liberal. She said, "Okay, we will have whatever you want, but then I must get back my virginity, and my son should be great and all that." He said, "Fine." And so he created a mist so that their activity is not known or seen by others. And you see, the person born was Vedavyas. That is why Vedavyas has no kulam, because he is born of Parashara is a Brahmin and Satyavati is a Ganga Putra. That means a fisherman caste. The word caste does not exist, but we have got used to it. So I might sometimes slip up and use the word caste. Otherwise, it is kulam, family profession. So, and Parashara Rishi has a nice time with Satyavati, and then he also confers a boon on her. So she becomes from Matsya Gandhi, Yojana Gandhi. That means to a distance of a Yojana, which is roughly 8 miles, her body's perfume can be sensed. So from a foul, stinking woman, she has become a very fragrant person. So now if you look at this whole thing, Vedavyasa. Now Vedavyasa was born, Vedavyasa wanted to write. He also compiled the Vedas. So he has no kulam at all. So he is in fact out of the 4 kulams or varnas, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And then he also has a fling with Ghritachi, another Apsarasa, and his son Shuka is born. So now these are butterfly effects then follow. And Vedavyasa, he codifies the Vedas. Otherwise, there was just one Veda. He made it into 4, and then he codified them, classified them according to information, knowledge, and all that. Then he went on to sire. Vichitra, whom did he sire? He sired Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. That's the Mahabharata story. And then the butterfly effect starts and the chaos theory starts. So that is the inciting incident. Now you see, and there are so many such inciting incidents. Shantanu, whose first wife was Ganga, and their son was Bhishma, who should have been the king. Had Bhishma been the king of India, Bharat, then there would have been no such, Pandavas and all these things would not have happened at all. But then, by a freak of nature, whatever, Shantanu, Ganga left him, and that's another story. And Shantanu, at a ripe old age, he fell in love again with Satyavati now. So he wanted to marry Satyavati, and Bhishma took a promise, okay, I will not marry. Okay? And I will never be king. So Bhishma Pratigna. Now Shantanu has Vichitravirya and Chitrangada, two sons from Satyavati. Satyavati is earlier, you can call it a fling, with Parashara produced by Vedavyasa. Now Shantanu and Satyavati's sons are Vichitravirya and Chitrangada, who went childless. Their wives had to be impregnated by Vedavyasa. You see the complexity the story builds. Now, you are free to draw whatever morals you want to draw. Now, those who are Hindu phobes will try to use this to browbeat Hindus, but that is stupidity. Life is like that. Life is so complex. Live by dharma. But, so then rising action. Rising action, the story builds, there is often a complication, there are several complications, which means the problem the characters try to solve gets even more complex. If you read the Mahabharata, you will understand why I am laughing like this. The complexity is mind-boggling, total chaos, but then you have to walk on the edge of the razor, dharma. That's why Veda says, Uttishta Jagrata, Varan Nibhodata. Kshurasya dhara nishita duratyaya. Wake up, rise. You got the boon of being a human being. The body of a human being is the greatest boon that you've got. Now you got to walk on the edge of the razor. One slip and you fall again. So you are walking on the edge of the razor, right? So there's a rising action and incredible complexity. It's easy to sit and pass judgment, but you have to sit back and see how complex. In fact, if we look at our own lives, there is so much complexity, so many butterfly effects. We have no clue what the hell is happening. We got to take control. Live by dharma. Then there is a climax. The story reaches the point of greatest tension between the protagonist and the antagonist. Or if there is only one main character, the darkness or lightness of that character appears to take control. Okay. Falling action. The story shifts to action that happens as a result of the climax, which can also contain a reversal when the character shows how they are changed by the events of the climax. And then resolution. The character solves the problem of conflict. And denouement. Denouement is the French for ending. That means the final part of the climax where the plot unfolds and the killer is identified, sort of. The denouement is often happy if it's a comedy, and dark and sad if it's a tragedy. Now you can't call Mahabharatam or Ramayana either a comedy or tragedy because they have all the rasas. So Freytag's pyramid is a very, very wonderful, format. It is a format. He represents the dramatic structure, and 7 parts he included. That's a very nice theory, thanks to Mr. Freytag. But Mahabharata and Ramayana are far, far beyond this oversimplified, sort of schema. Jai Shri Ram.